Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. Let's talk legal again. Jack Smith wants it to be known that attorney for Trump's valet might be disqualified from asking questions of his former client. The prosecutor's additional briefing states defendant Waltine Naughta's attorney, Stanley Woodward, cannot ethically cross-examine Trump employee 4, who will be a significant witness at trial. So, Glenn, explain that to us.
So the only impediment to conflict-free counsel at this point for Walt Nauta and all of the others is Judge Cannon. She's the only impediment to conflict-free counsel. Think about what already happened with the IT director at Mar-a-Lago, right? Yeah. He was represented by a Trump lackey. He went into the grand jury and he lied. He told lies that ended up protecting Donald Trump and the other co-conspirators.
Yeah.
Judge Boasberg, the chief judge of federal district court in Washington, D.C., held a hearing, ordered that the IT director, Mr. Tavares, was entitled to conflict-free counsel. The Sixth Amendment gives us a right to counsel, but not just any counsel, conflict-free counsel. Once conflict-free counsel was appointed, Mr. Tavares said, I retract my lies in the grand jury when I said Donald Trump didn't order anybody to delete the surveillance footage. I want to go back in, correct the record, and tell the truth. That's the beauty of the Sixth Amendment right to conflict-free counsel. Somebody representing the witness's interests, not Donald Trump's interests. The same should happen with respect to everybody else who is currently lying to protect Donald Trump. Judge Cannon is the only stumbling block to their Sixth Amendment right.
Have you ever seen a defendant who hired their own judge before?
No, I actually think that in this unusual circumstance, prosecuting a criminal former president of the United States, there really ought to be a common sense rule, which is if you're a judge that it was appointed by the defendant to life tenure on the federal bench, you kind of have a conflict. Give it to another Republican-appointed judge.
Exactly. Black people always get to pick their own judge, don't they? Isn't it like the Madeline Kahn scene? Isn't it like, no, yes. No, yes. Right?
Favorite thing to go judge shopping.
Right.
And pick out the judge.
Schedule our arrests. We schedule our arrests too for when it's convenient.
Judge Luce Cannon cautioned Jack Smith because Trump's legal team was not given timely access to classified documents in Florida. The ones that he stole?
The ones that were in his possession?
But correct. Right. Smith reportedly asked to create a SCIF in Washington. Cannon said providing a place to access them, it's in a different state, wasn't good enough. Again, Frangela, don't black people get all these accommodations? It's just, is this good for you? Could I move something to a state nearer you if you to see the stuff that you stole?
This subpoena's optional, ladies.
Yeah. Glenn, can you explain this to us? We don't understand how you going to ask to see the documents that you had for like a year.
It's like the bank robber. Like the bank robber saying, let me just rummage through the money I stole before, I'm feeling ready to go to trial. I can't explain the inexplicable. I wish I could.
They're saying the alleged perjury occurred in Forbes' account when Weisselberg testified he was not involved. The whole overvaluing stuff. Talk to us about that first.
All Sidney Powell has to do to avoid being revoked on probation is tell the truth every time she is called to the stand to testify, and then not reoffend once all of this is over and she is on her 6 years of probation.
Yeah. So this trial is a giant Democrat scam. Trump flails at Letitia James in rambling meltdown. Can you tell me why legally all of the stuff so are prosecutors not covered by all this garbage he says about all of them?
Well, the gag orders that are in place are fairly narrowly tailored. So Judge Chutkan said you can't talk about the witnesses or the substance of their testimony. You can't talk about Jack Smith or his team. And you can't talk about my court staff, which I think inferentially she exempted herself out of that. And because I think the judges are loath to instruct the defendant, you can't criticize me. Not a good look.
Yeah.
Even though I think it would be warranted. But
Frangela, how subtle a dog whistle, though, is peekaboo, James, that particular, because everyone at first what does that mean? And it seems that it's code for the other word that is a racial slur.
Yeah. Yeah, because it is. and the reason why you picked up on it because you were supposed to pick up on it.
Yeah.
And that is who he is, and this is where we are as a country trying to pull back this behavior and really make some type of effort to show people you cannot behave like this in the government.
Yeah.
When Trump talks about people, he knows what he's doing. What he's doing is he's putting them in the target mark. He's putting them in the target in front of all of his people, and we know that. And we know that when he tells people that someone's their enemy, there's a group of crazy people who follow him who hear that as, go attack this person.
Yeah.
He doxed Tish James this week, and that's my future wife. I don't like that.
Yeah. Right. Her home address. Speaking of, as Glenn says over and over, this is why he needs to be detained. He is a clear and present danger.